Okay, so this is hilarious. So I went to go look for Kate Nelson's photo, but this is the first post that came up.
Oh my God. There's a just of a Bruce scheme.
That's hot. And that's my
Canton
that's gonna be my
Blazers
go-to.
43.
That's gonna be my go-to. Whose car is this?
This is Kate Blair's, but Chris Burback put the number on the car himself.
I like that. You keep that, and oh, that purple number is almost too fancy.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Track Packers podcast. We are on episode 3 of season 5 with the racing season just around the corner. We got myself, Mason, along with Jessup and John for the episode this week. Mr. John Bricko, how are you doing, sir?
I am doing quite well, Mason. I just got back from nationals from bowling down in Reno here. Actually, today we're taping this on a Friday night, and I just arrived back into Bismarck late this evening. So just got back. Didn't bowl quite as well as I wanted to. It happens one of these years, but still had a good time.
Good, and you're on like very little sleep, so I commend you for showing up. Jessup,
I
how are
know
you
I'm
doing?
running on my fumes.
Yeah, fumes is right. I'm almost on fumes, and I'm not sleep deprived. How are you doing, Jessup?
I'm good. Hey, John. First question for you about your bowling trip. Have you
Yes.
washed and cleaned your balls yet?
So, no, because last night we got done at like 3:30 in the morning, so they have not been touched. They just went in the car and they stayed there.
What? What happened?
I was getting ready to go back to the hotel to get ready for the flight.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I
I
don't
will
know
get them back sometime tomorrow,
why
so
did I.
people can say I've lost my balls.
No, they're not lost. They're in transit. The balls are in hand, not in your hands. So.
Anyways, great to hear you're doing well, Jessup, and great to hear you. Hopefully, all of your equipment is going to get back here nice and safe, John. I'm getting ready for the first race of the year. Like John said, we're recording this on a Friday night. Tomorrow, I will hopefully be at a racetrack, pending anything crazy or extravagant happens. But my plan is to start the season in the Midwest at Ogilvie Raceway, as Mother Nature is kind of making things difficult for tracks to start the 2026 season. But we still have a lot of anticipation in lieu of the racing season. We want to thank all you watchers and listeners of the podcast. We want to specifically thank this week Scotty Ireland, who hosts his own podcast as well, Dirt Talk with Scotty, down in the Montevideo area. Thank you for checking us out, as well as Lucas Compton also checking us out. And so thank you guys for supporting us on the podcast. What do you say that we get the race and podcast started with the waving the green flag and get right into who or what we are repping with? Jessup on the pole, starting us off.
Well, Mason, it's a kind of a throwback type of day. I'm wearing my Donnie Schatz hoodie as they are going currently racing over at the Knoxville Speedway. And, it's a good time just to have sprint cars down there going. And I'm excited because Donnie's having a heck of a season so far. Definitely a big improvement from the previous couple seasons. I'm also wearing my Appert racing hat. And I am also drinking from my Dakota Speedway tumbler.
You're all geared up and ready to go.
Some would say I'm cock locked and ready to rock.
That reminds me, I was actually going to look to see if the World of Outlaws has finished up their race. Yes, they have finished up. Do you want to know the results?
Yes.
Okay, your winner is the number 94 Brad Sweet over David Gravel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ryan Timms in third. Oh, photo finish for second, it looks like. And your guy Donnie finished in ninth.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not bad out of 65 cars.
Out of 65, that's pretty solid. So
Let's
that.
take a look at the. This will be the fun aspect of this, John.
Uh-oh.
Look, because there's tribalism in sprint cars right now. Let's just take a look at the A.
JJ Hickle top five?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hickle.
he was good tonight.
Well, it looks like there's a good mix of like high limits and World of Outlaw guys. It was kind of like half and half, it almost looks like.
So you can't really say Brad is a high limits guy anymore because he's not. Even
Kind of
though
a free agent.
he's
Yeah.
kind of an he's kind of just like a tag along guy. So World of Outlaws goes to second. Then Ryan Timms would just have to be considered a local of the track since he won. I wouldn't say local, but I would say kind of an outsider between the two series. Then Marks is Marks high limit.
He's high limit.
Yep.
There's so many different things this year, I think.
He's mainly high limit though.
But yeah, he's
He
high
is.
limit. So then
He's
you got
mainly high limit.
local, which would be Hickle, and then Reitzel's high limit. Then another local, which is Henderson, and then it's outlaw, 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 outlaw. Jace Park is not. He's an outsider. Then Rico.
Anyways, awesome gear that you're repping for this week. John, who or what are you repping?
So I went into my shirt shack and started pulling out some shirts to see what I not worn yet. Let's just say there's still quite a few. But I'm actually wearing a shirt that I kind of forgot about. I bought it during the World of Outlaws show back in Minot at the end of June last year. And Mason, it's kind of your color. So, but I mean, with the brightness that's on it and everything, it is definitely a Drake Troutman 22 World of Outlaw late model shirt. So that's the front of the shirt, right? Give me 1 second here. I'll turn around to the back. And the back of the shirt is really nice.
That is pretty nice.
That is a nice shirt.
Oh,
So yeah, so this was his design from last year that they had on the t-shirt stand and everything when I went shirt crazy back in June.
Yeah, I was gonna raise a question. I mean, it's like there's still quite a few shirts you haven't gone through. I mean, there's probably like 18 that you just got from the World of Outlaws show up in Minot that you haven't gone through yet.
Well, yeah, that was a stash that I had to go into a little bit just to see what was still in there. Let's just say there still is quite a few. And then there's other ones that I've got, stored away that I still have not worn.
Name a better combination than John and a discount shirt rack.
So, hey, when I was there, I think this was before you guys, I think, found me because you were both in the pits
yeah.
and I hadn't got into the pits yet. I was stuck in the t-shirts and that's where I was like, oh, look at this deals. So, yes, this is where my mother is definitely part of me. It's like, oh, look, a sale.
Well, cool shirt for you, John, again this week. Can't wait to see what else you have in your stash over the next few episodes. For my gear this week, repping Nick Szymanski in the 17, now in a Midwest Modified for 2026 in the rookie season, so it'll be fun to see how he does. That is an old Jeff Nelson Modified that is converted into a Midwest Mod, so that's what he'll be racing this summer. I have a new koozie. One of the shops I visited this past couple weeks was the Greg Josie camp, and he and his now wife Sarah got married, and so they had koozies made, and so thank you Sarah and Greg for the koozie there. And then the shirt, got this last week visiting the Jokum Racing Shop with Hayden in the go-karts and Andrew in the 21 IMCA stock car. This is his last year's shirt.
His paint scheme looks pretty nice for this year.
His paint scheme looks very, very nice. Actually, probably
Yep.
one of my favorites. I don't think I have a picture of it, but I can show you a video of
Just
it
had the
once.
video. Yep.
Yeah,
Just the video, I think, is the only thing I've seen of it too.
yeah.
So
We'll put that up in the latest and greatest paint schemes, I think. So yeah, that is who or what I am repping and what we are repping for this episode. And we'll move right into the Hot Sauce Hot Memory Rewind and give a shout out to Hot Sauce Isaac Sondrol on the 12S. I'm sure we'll see his paint scheme in full. I bet he's going to be at Test and Tune this week in Minot. We'll see. But he'll be starting a season pretty soon in that 12S car. Be sure to follow his racing at 12S Racing on Facebook. And if you are at the same track and you're able to go out in the pits, stop on into the 12S trailer. They always have some goodies to partake in. And thank you, Isaac, for your support on the podcast over the last few years. Jessup, what do you have this week for the Hot Sauce Hot Memory Rewind?
Well, I got a couple things here. Oh, they sent another one over the edge at Marshalltown. They didn't
they have
flip.
an act of doing that.
It's Marshalltown's first race of the year, correct?
Correct. Yep. Correct. Yep. And they had a pretty good car count tonight too.
Yeah, I did picks, and I just didn't see what the official car count was.
A lot.
A lot of cars, yeah.
All right, so we're going to mix it up just a little. Mason, you can show the image I sent, pop that up on the screen if you can. If not, I can always hold the actual document here. The first one is
Yeah.
bumper to bumper. We're pulling out some stuff. John says he was here for this.
I was. What year do you guys think this was?
99.
I would agree with you on that.
I was gonna say 1999. That's a pretty good payout.
Pretty
Yeah,
good. Better than what we get now.
they used to have a huge mod special over Memorial Day weekend every year in Jamestown with the mods and it used to be a fun show to where be 2 days, right? Because it's a Memorial Day weekend. So it'd be pretty much the Saturday, Sunday, and the support classes would be just one of each class, right? Of the regular classes, because back then there was three regular classes. It was the bombers, the streets, and the mods. So all, Soda Streets with Soda Modifieds. And so the bombers would run on Saturday, and the street stocks would run on Sunday. And then the modifieds would run basically, the complete show over the 2 days. And yeah, they brought in a lot of cars for this typically every single year. It used to be a really fun show. Payout was really good. And interesting story that you guys maybe didn't even know about. But back in the day, do you see where like in Jamestown it says 1 through 20 on the feature
Yes.
side of it? Back in the 90s and 2000s, a lot of Jamestown shows would only be 20 car features.
Oh,
That
And the
makes sense.
reason why is because it was all hand scoring back then. So with it being a quarter mile, with the 20 cars, they could keep up with hand scoring compared to 24 cars, where, a lot of times you get underneath the long green flag runs and you have a lot of lap traffic, right? Especially if somebody's, really cruising. So it used to be a lot easier to do 20 cars instead of doing 24 cars. So like the Stampede would be one of the only events that would pretty much go to like 24 for a starting lineup. Jamestown started so this was over Memorial Day weekend, right? For the modifieds. They started the Wasota Street Stock doubleheader. Those used to be $1,000 to win shows. And those shows started in the early 2000s. And those were some really big races back in the day. They would draw over 60 street stocks during those shows during the first couple years of them. The first year that it was run, car counts were in the 60s, and they brought in a lot of really big national point contenders. Dan Gullickson used to come over for those back when he was in the Wasota Street Stock division back in 2003. 2003 had a lot of really strong competition. It used to be Saturday, Sunday shows. And a lot of the guys from Minnesota, Wisconsin that were doing national points would come over and run those shows. So that part was really cool to see. I do know like the year that I think it was the year that Corey Crasper and Dave Roweeder were going for the national championship back in 2007. Corey actually came over and ran both the $1,000 to win shows over in Jamestown that weekend on that Saturday and Sunday. And by that time frame, I think it was already split to where the Midwest mods were 500 to win on like Sunday, $1,000 to win Saturday, and streets were split $500 to win on Saturday and 1,000 to win on Sunday. So yeah, so that was kind of cool to see some of the travelers from Wisconsin come over. That year that Corey came over, Corey Rosen was also over there. And then also was Corey Tamman came over and his was sort of street stock. So a lot of big competition. I know Jimmy Randall came over that year for the show, along with Chandra Fordnord was also over with her street stock. So a lot of the guys from Wisconsin and ladies from Wisconsin came over along with Minnesota. So to compete against the North Dakota guys on that level, and a lot of really good competition for a lot of the those big shows.
Dang, I missed out on the good races.
So you miss out on the fields where they used to have, a lot of travelers back in that time frame.
Now, I have to ask, and this is not because of the typo on the poster. Did Becca make this poster?
Oh, absolutely not. Becca did not make this. Becca wasn't even in dirt track racing yet at this time.
Well, it's just the bumper to bumper is the part
I
that
know,
caught my eye.
especially with when there's bumpers laying on the track and she'll come over and just, pound on the window like excessively and then go bumper. And
John,
where's
or
the
like,
mute button?
Pepe, Pepe.
We just at that point of time, it was too bad that we did not actually have the ability to just to mute her during that period of time, which we did not. It would have been nice if we were able to.
Yep.
Yeah, the background there, because Jamestown ran that for several years, and then actually one of those years, in I believe it was 2004 for the mod show, Dakota Speedway was part of it for a couple years, and then they kind of had like a little mini tour series almost happen, for those $5,000 to win shows at like 4 tracks. So that was kind of cool to see too.
Huh, that's good to know. Mason, on to number two.
Got it.
Something not too terribly old, but I was digging through, and this was right near the top. So I was like, oh, this is kind of a fun one.
Mason, I
Yeah,
believe you were there for this one, right?
I think so. I feel like I was there for the first couple of Richard Jordan Memorial races.
I thought this one got rained out and then moved towards the end of the season.
I'd have to look at my hard drives to see which year specifically it was, because I remember, I don't know if this was the year that I think 2018 was the year. Like, I remember Johnny Carter specifically because he was three wheeling like crazy around
That was 18.
Southwest. Yeah.
Yep, that was 18, and that was the first year they hosted it, and they had 40 streets, I think, the first year that they hosted it. And yeah, it was where Justin Vogel came over, Kyle Nykoff
Yes.
came over. Um, Hunter Domagala did really good that year. I think he was in the top three that year too. Jay Schlattfeld was in the top five that year as well. But yes, but Johnny was three wheeling like crazy in his street stock. But 19's program, I think you were there, Mason, because if I'm not mistaken, I think you had the video from 19 as well. And when you were taping it, and I do know 19's, I think Johnny won it in 19 because that was the year he won the championship too, was sort of
Yes.
national championship.
You're correct on that. I think it was him, and I want to say Zach Frederick was second.
Yeah, he could have been.
That'd be a good guess if it was that the case anyway. Yeah, that because that time at least the first couple years they raced for almost, I think it was 2,465 was the winner's share.
Correct. 2465. Yep. Um, I guess the other question is, since we're doing throwbacks here, can you guys name all five of the drivers in the poster?
Well, that's Travis Perry, Zach Frederick, Luke Krogh. 11 Bs can be Alex Braun.
Okay, so you got four out of the five.
I can help you with the fifth, Jessup.
Help me, Mason. Help me. It's a team effort.
Craig Kastner.
I wasn't going to get that one.
From Bismarck.
I wasn't going to get that one.
He's like one of the few ones that could kind of keep up with Jason Berg in the Sport Compact
Good.
days.
hmm Definitely could.
Otherwise, Jason Berg pretty much had that class on lockdown until he moved into the street stocks and now the stock cars. Cool. Nice little throwbacks there. Did you have anything else, Jessup?
No, but I could start pulling stuff out. I mean, we can have fun with this.
I mean, he's got the bin right there. He just has to
Son
get
of
some
a
more.
gun, this is a box, Chuck. It's a
Oh, a
box.
box now. Okay, Mason, since he's finding stuff, you go next.
Okay, I got mine. We gotta start with. Oh, I closed that window. Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. I have to start off with the NASCAR one. It's a fun new tradition now. Do you know who this is? I will give you a hint. This was in the Busch Series 2002.
Oh boy.
Love Bush NASCAR.
This driver is a very well known dirt track racer as well.
Was it Dave Blaney?
No, good guess. This driver, his rookie season was 2004 in the Cup Series.
Blaney's a dirt track driver.
Yep, racing the Cup Series, and now he actually, I think he's still, yeah, pretty sure he still owns a sprint car racing team.
Is it Casey? It's not Casey Kane, is it?
It is Casey Kane.
It is Casey. See, the Ford is what kind of threw me off.
Yep, I think this is the only, besides, I don't think the 38 when he raced it the next year in the Busch Series, I don't know if that was with Ford, but yeah, this
I
is
think
his
that
rookie
was
season in the Busch
Dodge
Series.
again, right? Because I think Dodge had started to pick it up when they. Because what was it? Was it Super Clips that used to smoke in the 38?
Great clips.
Great Clips, thank you.
Yep. Yes, I actually have this diecast car sitting underneath my TV.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool scheme. Okay, to the dirt track
That,
ones.
that is Hank Berry in front, and that would be Derek Bush in the back.
Good job.
Just gonna get 1 out of 2.
And it looks like Minot, right?
Yes, this is Minot.
Mm-hmm.
I think there might be another Minot one in here. Yep, this is also a Minot one.
That is Cam Schaefer.
That is also correct. I actually really like that scheme too.
I do too. It turned out really nice.
I
Remember
think
when
this
Cam
is.
used to be in the Legends? Remember he was in the Legends for a while.
Yep, I think this is actually taken during one of the World of Outlaws shows in either 2006 or 2007. Can't remember which year exactly. Now you obviously know who this is, but I thought this was actually a pretty cool throwback.
This is a really cool throwback because, boy, what year would have that been for Dawn?
I don't know. I know the year the next one I'm about to show, which I'm going to have you try to guess. But dang,
That was pretty early. But that's a nice looking mod too.
it is, yeah, it is pretty
Clean
sick
and sharp.
looking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one I'm going to have you guess. Well, the driver and the year.
Don Ishins is either 2000 and I want to say, is it 2003?
You're actually very not super off, but you're way too recent.
I was gonna say like 95, not 95, but 99.
1996, according to Don himself.
Okay, so it's a while back because did Don won
That looks like that looks
Don
almost
won the Western 1 year in that car, or not in that car, but in a very similar paint scheme for a super stock.
I'm pretty sure this is at Princeton as well.
I was just gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say Princeton. I was gonna say more like it's not where I think it is, but
Yeah, I think it's Princeton because these again are from Mark Anderson images. He's around the Princeton area. The only other guess I would have would be Brainerd.
that it's giving me Brainerd vibes just because of the tower in the back.
Yeah, that
I could see that.
yeah, it's definitely one of those two. But some of the photos that Mark's been sharing over the last few weeks on the page have been really cool. So those are my selections for this week.
Okay. Are you ready for mine?
Yes, I'm ready for you to stump us again.
Okay, well, mine are actually going to be kind of from the 2000. I'm going to give you guys a hint here. They'll be from the 2007-8 era, so I'm not going back super far.
Well, that's
But
encouraging.
I'm waiting for John to say, "This is a dirt car at a dirt car track."
okay, so I want you guys to name both drivers.
The 19N is Luke Nelson. I'm pretty sure Jessup would not have gotten that one for sure.
Oh,
I'm getting ahead in reading.
I
The
ain't getting
seven.
this one.
What did you say, Jessup?
I'm not getting this one either. So finish it out, Mason.
So I think pretty sure it's Corey Taman.
It is. Yep. And this is from the Wasota Western 100 at Brown County Speedway in 2007.
Okay.
Taman won that year when him and Roeder went like toe to toe the last lap.
Man, I really wish I knew where Luke Nelson was these days. That'd be a fun interview to have.
I still see him at the racetrack in Jamestown once in a while.
Oh,
Here
you
or
gotta
there.
point him out to me. I don't even remember what he looks like.
Well, he's just a short little guy.
That doesn't help me, John.
Pitcher two.
Got any thing, Jessup?
Well, it's a weight racing car.
But it's not Brennan. I want to say it's Taylor Weight.
I wouldn't know that then.
It is Taylor Waite. Yep, Mason's right.
And on the outside, it's Jared Carter.
Yep. Yep. Mason is correct on that one too. 2008 at the Stampede.
I was gonna say this looks like Jamestown.
Yep, that was a Jamestown photo. And here's your next one.
Oh, gosh, there's always got to be a Jessup scheme in this.
I really want to know what my schemes are because it keeps changing from year to year.
I know you're telling me.
I mean, Jessup, you got to make up your mind on what you like.
I mean, this is kind of like a mix of what I like, John, from both the last 2 years.
Okay, so this is also 2008 from Jamestown Stock Car Stampede.
Gosh, I was. We've seen this one before.
I haven't seen this one before. I recognize all the sponsors. Randy Gordon.
No. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna go a step further here. What class is this?
Oh shoot, this is those Roadhogs, aren't they?
It's the Roadhogs. So you just have to name the driver.
Which one?
I don't know anyone who
Just
raced
the
Roadhogs.
driver, Jessup. There's two people in there. There's one that's the driver.
The wheel.
There's one that's the driver and one that's the gas.
Wouldn't the person on the gas be the driver?
No, they're just touching the pedal, Jessup.
That's what it takes to drive a car.
You
They're
also
not
need to
controlling
steer.
the steering wheel. Yeah, they're not controlling the steering wheel.
That's why they call him the steerer.
Jessup, that was really bad. You've been
Oh,
practicing your dad jokes.
yeah, we're getting there.
This is Glenn Christensen, who is actually the driver of the 18 Roadhog. So, but yes, the Randy Wilson Farms, it looks very much like a Randy Gordon type of, basically sponsorship for a car, even something that Randy used to be involved with. I would not be surprised if it was Glenn and Randy in this car. I just don't know who the actual person is with the gas on this one. But yeah, so Jessup, I don't think you ever saw this class in Jamestown ever.
No,
But
I've
this was
last period, but I swear
this
we've
is
photo before.
this is the class that the individual that was steering the car controlled the brake and the steering. The person that was doing the passenger side was the person on the throttle. So it was a very interesting combination. I still think the best one I ever saw though was when John Erdahl and Charlie decided to do a Roadhog race one night with the Roadhogs. And that was a blast to watch with those two.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got to see the Roadhogs at Jamestown either. I've heard many stories about them, and then like I think they have the Roadhogs down in Watertown as well. But yeah, I've never actually
Yep.
seen them in action.
Yeah, Mandan used to have Roadhogs, Jamestown had Roadhogs, and it was really interesting because There was one time at the Stampede, I know in general, that the Roadhog class was over 20 cars. Oh yes. Yep. They would bring in some car counts back in the day.
Dang.
So those are my three.
I guarantee you I would not have gotten that last one at all.
So I know Jessup pulled out some. It looks like he's got his box there.
I
Oh,
was
yes.
just putting my box away, but I can pull it out.
And we have a Gordy sighting.
Yeah, Gordy's very excited to see you.
I am
That's
literally just grabbing out from underneath. Let's
Ooh,
see.
some photos.
Uh,
See how we close out the hot sauce segment this week.
this is a fun one.
Ooh, Eric Laudenschlager.
Yep.
Didn't he even race last year? I don't know if he did.
I don't think he did he?
I don't think so. I feel like he kind of just quietly took the year off.
Here it is.
Let's see. One event. Which event was that? Is the question.
Oh, here we
Come
go.
on, my race pass. You can do it.
John Brown.
Oh, he was in the Sport Mods August 10th.
Oh, that was for that big show. Yes, Jessup, what is that?
This is a transponder rental contract. I agree to rent out the Dakota Speedway transponders. You're stating blah blah blah. The
Is this a John Breckle signature one for the Stampede?
individual checking out transponders, John Breckle. Voice of Dakota.
Oh yeah, that's
Speedway.
right. I forgot I did that. I completely forgot I did that.
Back renting them, Jamestown. Can you take a guess of the year, John?
Oh gosh. That was probably 22?
Close. 2023.
Okay.
What else do we got down here? There's so many fun things still hanging out.
Laudenschlager drove one of Gabe Deshaw's cars during that race.
Yeah.
I think that was right before Taylor bought it.
Oh yes, because then
Because that was
car
his
ran
second
at
car
Stadium.
that Taylor Heaton bought before
Yes.
Motor Magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be interested to see who all shows up for test and tune up in mine. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of random drivers. It's like, who the heck is that?
Taylor's got a nice paint scheme so far this year too, because I've seen his scheme already
Taylor? I don't
for
know if I've
for
seen
the mod,
Taylor's.
for the middle slot, or for the IMCA Sport mod.
I haven't not seen it.
I saw the design. I don't know if I've seen it on the car yet, but I've seen the actual design,
Oh,
which
gotcha.
is really
Oh,
nice.
Ty
It kind of
Loki
it
actually-
matched his hobby.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, anything
Okay,
else,
Jessup, you
Jessup?
good?
Let's call it good. Oh, hold on. What is that?
Squirrel. We'll call it good. That'll do it for the Hot Sauce Hot Memory Rewind this week, and we'll move into the Track Packer Report. But first, a shout out to our newest sponsor, Paul Bunyan Mini Storage Center out of Bemidji, Minnesota. We want to thank Dean Egebron and his whole crew. It's nice to see Dean back behind the wheel, and he does a lot for racing over the Bemidji area, and especially now that the changing of the seasons are happening, all your winter gear, any winter storage, you can go to the Paul Bunyan Mini Storage Center. They have many different size units. They're climate controlled, so you can keep things at a reasonable temperature throughout the summer until you may need to go back into winter activities once again. Jessup.
We're going to need to get a quote, Indian, just to see how big of a unit we're going to need to throw all of our racing stuff in. I mean, your shirt and John's shirt collection alone probably would need one of the larger units to rent out.
It definitely would.
You bring up a good point, and if we were to add my diecast car collection that's at my parents' house,
Oh yes.
we're going to need a good size unit.
Meanwhile, I'm just bringing all my old racing stuff that I just collected. I'm like, I got a couple totes. Save me a spot, Mason.
The storage unit would come in handy for sure. But again, Paul Bunyan Mini Storage Center out of Bemidji, Minnesota. You can store it all with Paul. Thank you, Dean, and your whole crew for supporting us on the Track Packers this season. Track Packer report this week. So last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, the car show over in Mandan took place.
That would have been two.
So 2 weeks ago, and they're going to be having their test and tune tomorrow as we're recording this. So you can see everyone. Allegedly, the weather has been a little bit weird over in the Bismarck Mandan area, hasn't it?
Well, it was 88 on Wednesday when I was in, Reno, and it was 55.
Yep, 88, and we are allegedly supposed to. Someone told me we were supposed to get rain tomorrow, so allegedly.
Was it your wife that told you they were supposed to have rain tomorrow?
Could have been.
Don't ever believe her weather forecasts.
Let's take a look at the old Weather Channel.
It's supposed to be sunny in the morning tomorrow, and then partly cloudy to mostly cloudy in the afternoon and windy.
Yeah, the weather this last couple weeks has been so weird because like if it's early in the week, it's like 70s or like Fargo was mid 80s on Wednesday. It was windy as heck, but it felt like summer. And then 24 hours later, it's like a 40-degree drop.
Hmm.
Such a weird time of year.
Yep.
And tomorrow's supposed to be like 50, 51, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, we've been kind of fortunate over here in Fargo. The weather hasn't been too nuts besides the wind. I think it's been the mid 50s, low 60s. So I think working on the racetracks around the area have been going pretty well. I don't think anything's supposed to take place around here for the next week or two yet. So still got a little time to get things ironed out. But people are itching to go on the west side of the state, that's for sure.
Yeah, because it looks like I think I saw like I-94 postponed another week to get
Yep.
some stuff done around the track. So they're gonna start, I believe it's the 8th now, Friday the 8th of May is when their
Correct.
opener was gonna be.
Yep, so they pushed themselves a week back. I know Devil's Lake has been pushing theirs back, so they'll be starting the first week into May, hopefully. And then Esteban was going to try to start second week of April, and they've basically pushed it back to next week as well. So basically, it's going to be the western half of the state with Nodak, Estevan, and Mandan all slated to start. Actually, does Dakota Dirt have a schedule at all that we could look at the upcoming race schedule here very soon?
It's partially up.
Well, we can at
Well,
least
I'm
look at
proud
this
of you,
week.
Jessup.
I don't even know what I have up. Let's take a look.
See, Mason, it's still out there. It might not be the number one stop shop for everything anymore, but it's still there.
When that credit card switches over, that site is dead. Because I've got my hands full with Becca and Riley. Not that I want it to be dead. Even our Facebook seems to have died. 6 months. What happened? Nobody even posts anything.
Yeah, Dakota Dirt, what happened?
Well, let's see. I got a somewhat of a schedule here for the next couple of weeks now that I've color coded all the cancellations that have been taking place. Because today they were supposed to be kicking off the Wissota season over in Menominee and Princeton, but those two tracks succumbed to weather this past week. And so now for this week, this will all be taking place by the time this episode comes out. But Ogilvie and Rice Lake are slated to open this Saturday. So those two are going to have a pretty good car count, I would imagine, because they've already had test and tune sessions with a lot of people in attendance there. And then Sunday, I think as of right now, Granite City is also slated to open. I know the weather isn't going to be great on Sunday, so we'll see if that continues to happen.
What about Test and Tunes, Mason? I know Mandan's Test and Tune is scheduled for the 25th of April for that Saturday. Brown County in Aberdeen is scheduled for this Saturday, the 25th, as well for Test and Tune. Is Watertown scheduled for Test and Tune on the 26th?
They're scheduled on Sunday. They've postponed their car show to the following week. I doubt that test and tune is going to happen based on the forecast, though.
Okay.
What?
Yes. Huron is also
gonna get
slated to have a
rain.
car show and test and tune on Saturday as well, which I actually interviewed one of the promoters for Dakota State Fair Speedway, so that interview will be coming out next week as well. Excited for
Thanks.
that.
Good work, Mason.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
As far
Nodak's
as
got
I'm going to tell you, Mason, currently Southwest doesn't look like they're going to have too much, maybe one or two races this year, and that will be about it. Williston is going to do whatever Williston does. It's going to look pretty similar to previous years. Uh, Esteban just came out with a big race.
Yeah, at the end of
Yeah.
July, July
July.
timeframe, right? It was July
July
like
or June?
24th, 25th?
Let me bring that up again because, yeah, I did see that this week. The Prairie Modified Nationals, July 24th and 25th. Here we go. I bring it up here.
Them? I like when our friends north of the border have good racing.
Chili Bowl style format. Okay, I don't watch the Chili Bowl, but I kind of familiar with how this goes. Heats, qualifiers, and a pole dash with 1,000 to win on Friday with the top five locking in for the Saturday 45 lap A main.
Why
So this is
45?
I don't know how they came up with 45.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's different, so that's kind of cool. I'm interesting.
And
It's a really
so
good payout, though.
yeah, that is a really good payout, and it's kind of similar to what you were talking about with during our hot sauce segment with the double header down in Jamestown, where they have two different sport classes on the first day and then two different ones on the second day. So that's gonna be a fun weekend up there.
Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Entry, that's not horrible for an entry fee.
Say hundred
Oh, is
dollar
that per day?
I don't know. Well, either so if you combine if it's $100 for the modified pre-entry, and then I don't know if it passes 80
Hold on,
bucks for the 2 days. If you make the feature, you're getting way more back. So that's a nice little addition that Estevan put to their schedule in July. So now with racing coming up this week, if we push our focus to this week, now Dakota Speedway has their season opener on Friday the 1st, along with a couple other tracks. Brown County Speedway and Fiesta City Speedway, which I believe Fiesta is going to try to do a test and tune on Sunday as well, and the Red Cedar Speedway. Now, is the Dakota Speedway, for the fans out there around our area, that's just a one-day show. That is not the Man-Dan Meltdown, correct?
You are correct. It's opener for next Friday, and that's it. So it's opener on Friday the 1st.
Gotcha. And then the Saturday the 2nd, we have Huron and slated to open along with Devil's Lake, Estevan, North Central and Brainerd, Ogilvie with their second race, and Rice Lake with their second race. And then third, we have Granite City Motor Park and Nodak opening with I think they have the NOSA Sprint Cars. So a big opener up in Minot. I'm looking forward to that. I'm planning to be up in Minot. That'll be the first time I've been back in Minot since the new year. It's kind of weird to say that.
Why not?
Just haven't felt the urge to travel 4+ hours. Yeah,
But we're going to Ogilvie.
that's only 3. And that's for racing. And it's not like 10, 15 degrees outside.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now that it's spring, summer, I'm more apt to travel. Although I'm trying not to. I've told myself I don't want to burn myself out before mid-June.
Sure, you say that now. John, I give it till the third weekend of May where Mason has a 5-night week where he's at racetracks.
Oh, I would say that'll be normal. Yeah. I would give him, yeah, sometime in May it's going to happen.
And then we'll sit here and be like, Mason, you said you didn't want to burn yourself out. What are you talking about, guys?
To be fair, there is a 5-night stretch come the third week of May because it's Memorial Day weekend for one.
What a shock. Did I call that?
Mm.
That's not going to burn myself out. The furthest track is Viking that I'm planning to go to that weekend. Everything else is within about an hour.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we'll see. Hopefully the weather stops its shenanigans because now with I-94 canceling their season opener, that kind of wrecked my plans for the whole month. So now I got to figure out where I'm going to go this next Friday. I think I know where I'm planning to go, but we'll see once the days get here closer. Any other schedule updates or any fun rumors you're hearing as the season gets super, super close? Hopefully you find out some juicy stuff at Test and Tuner. You get to see some of the new schemes and new drivers too. Sure, there's going to be a lot of surprises. With that, we'll go to our white flag segment and give a shout out to our good friend Brody Carlsrud in the B1 IMSA stock car. He's got his car all set to go for the season. Unfortunately, no racing yet. He was planning to come over for the Mandan Meltdown. So kind of bummed that we won't get to see Brody over in Mandan, but you never know. He might still swing over for the May 1st race. You can keep tabs on his racing at Brody Carlsrud B1 Racing and also his podcast, The Real Deal with B1. So thank you, Brody, for the support of the podcast as well. And Jessup, if you had looked in our chat, I did share a picture of his car, and it is neither of the body styles that you thought it was.
I don't know. I like the previous two that we had.
I like his car, the look that he has for this year now. Way more than the body styles that you envisioned.
What do you mean envisioned? Those are top secret classified. What he's giving you is just AI generated.
Yeah, it was AI when I went out to a shop in person and saw it with my own two eyes.
You know, in today's age of society, you never know.
That is true. You got a point. Before we get to latest and greatest paint schemes, do you have a bold prediction for this year?
I want some more parameters on bold
What is your... Do you have a bold prediction for like a national champion in the Wasota ranks, or your bold prediction, even though we're deep into the World of Outlaws season, maybe a prediction there?
Hmm.
Could be anything. The world is your oyster.
I'll make a bold prediction. I think Dexton Cook is going to win the Wasota Late Model Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be top 10 in national points.
Yeah. Well, if he goes on, no, he's not going to do Challenge Series.
Actually, he is. He is rookie of the year contender. It got posted, I think, today or yesterday.
Oh, I thought he was just racing the three tracks around him.
Well, I mean, the Challenge Series is what, 21, 22 races, something like that?
Yeah.
And I can't remember how many it is for national points for late
I think
models.
it's back to 30, isn't it, for late models? I thought they got changed back to where it's 30 shows again.
Well, here's my bold prediction. As it stands, I don't think Ricky Thornton's going to be in the top 5 of Lucas points at the end of the year.
Doesn't look good so far this year.
Well, and we kind of mentioned it off air a little bit, but the other guy that's not looking so great right now is Rico Abreu. He's been very
Lately,
mid this year.
He's been hit or miss.
Yep. I would say my bold prediction, well, national wise, I'm going to say Donnie's going to finish 4th. I think Gravel's going to win because Kofoid isn't consistent enough with his results. But come next year, if Kofoid is in the World of Outlaws, he will win national points.
Okay, that's a good prediction.
You're out. This year, high limits, I'm going to say probably Reitzel.
I think right now, as his point standings, I think he's a little bit behind Thorson.
He's not far back. He's a little bit back.
Yeah.
It just depends on if he can stay healthy.
Well, everyone's got to get through Eldora.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get through Eldora, it'll be okay. If they can't, then like last year, it's going to be a mess.
I think for my bold prediction, I've been trying to go off the wall, but it keeps popping in my head. I think Levi Rant is going to win national points in the street stocks. He's already got a win this year, be it not in a Wasota race, but he's already got a win on the year and a brand new car, and it looks pretty good out of the gate.
Yeah, Levi's going to be tough. I think Street Stock Tour. Let's talk about Tour really quick. I think Dykhoff is going to be really tough again. in the
Yeah.
tour. Um, just knowing how he runs, but I truly think I think Vogel is going to give Dykhoff a run for his money in the tour a little bit this year, even more than last year. The reason why I say that is because remember Vogel had the brand new car last year, and it took him a while to get used to it.
Yep.
And he kind of came on towards the end of the season. And Levi's obviously going to be right up there too if he runs the tour again. On that one. But also you have to kind of maybe watch out for Colton Brower, who's planning on the tour. So, but I think Dykhoff is still going to be really tough. I think he's going to go back to back on tour.
Yeah, and part of me wishes he would have raced a few more races last year because he got up to what, third or fourth in national points with the 33 shows I think he had.
Yeah, I think he was fourth if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was
Because
insane
wasn't
what kind of
because
results he.
wasn't it Colton, Cole, Ray, and then Kyle?
Yes, yes, you're correct on that. Yeah, and he like the tour wise, he never finished outside the top five, which is
Mhm.
crazy to think about. Granted, we had a
Yeah.
third of the races rained out, but that's besides the point.
Right.
Still,
I think
very,
on
very good season.
the Wasota Challenge Series side, um, I feel like Sabraski is going to be the one to beat this year in the Challenge Series for the Wasota late models.
Have they came out with a list yet of guys that's gonna?
I haven't seen official yet. I know Moss won it last year, but I feel like Sabraski is going to be really tough this year
All right,
in
here
that.
for some.
So who do we think for national champions? I mean, we could just kind of
I
make bold predictions there. But
a Canadian national champion.
there will be a Canadian national champion.
Mm.
It's gonna be David Simpson,
Oh,
and
I could see that for the Midwest mods. Yep.
I think Joey Jensen will win the streets, not streets, super stocks.
I can see that.
I could see
I'm
that too.
gonna say, I'm gonna say Strand is gonna win the late models
I could definitely see that too.
and whatever divisions we gotta go through here. I'm gonna let you guys pick streets because I don't
Okay.
have enough. I would say either Cole probably would
I
get.
think Cole is going to go for it in streets. I think Cole might be the
Yeah.
one in streets.
Oh,
I mean,
Mason's.
he's going to be at Ogilvy to start the season tomorrow, and he was going to be at Princeton like whenever they open. Like he's been ready to go for
Yep.
weeks.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to start the campaign again. So I think he's going to win that.
I'm gonna say Dean Larson finishes outside the top five of the Mod Fours. What?
That is a bold prediction. I will give you that.
And that's I'm not going to touch pure stocks or Hornets. I'll leave that for John.
Man,
Yeah. So here's kind of my predictions. So streets for national points, I think it's going to be Cole. I think Cole's going to be the main person to kind of compete with in the street side. Um, super stock ranks. Well, it's kind of a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Sabraski. I think Sabraski's gonna take the super stocks. I think he's gonna be so tough in the super stocks again this year. In the Wasota Midwest mods,
you talk about a
hmm.
crapshoot.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of drivers from all over in that that they're gonna basically if they get hot and get on streaks, they could knock off multiple wins on a given week. Go ahead, Jessup.
Will Blake Adams race a full season of Wasota Midwest mods, or will he actually focus in on his mod?
Well, he won the mod championship last year,
He
so
did.
Will he
he'll.
stay focused on that, or will he continue to try to go for the double?
I think he could
That's a
pull
good
off
question.
double.
Yeah, that's a good question.
He definitely could pull off the double.
I'm going to say Shane Sabraski falls out of the top three of the super stocks this year.
Oh, I am not buying that.
With how good Shane is, I don't see it in the super stocks. I even feel like if Shane runs a limited schedule in the super stocks, he'll still be in the
Look,
top three.
you guys asked for bold predictions. I'm giving you bold
Oh,
predictions.
I 100% agree with you on that. Nope, 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Landon ran for Midwest mods, but he kind of junked the car the first night in Cedar Lake.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking Landon too, but um because he's gonna travel probably a lot this year to get to different tracks and different shows like he did last year.
Plus, I don't know with hockey if he's going to be able to race as much towards like the August September time frame, kind of like similar last year.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction in the Midwest months.
Oh,
I think if he runs a full season, I think Tony Leichner could be national champion in the Midwest months.
define a full season. Max is
If he if he goes for national points and runs his local tracks each and every week and travels to like Black Hills.
Yeah, like it's like 35 to 40 shows at least.
last year, though, didn't he?
So he didn't run full. It wasn't like full time based. I mean, I think he was still. There was a couple years ago he did. He was up
He
there in top three.
he is fourth last year.
Yep.
So Tony Lechler, I think, could go forward as being one of the champions, one of the dark horses, maybe a little bit, and then not even really a dark horse because Lechner has been good for years in the Minnesota mod ranks too back in the day. So that's what I'm thinking for Midwest mods. Um, I already gave you super stocks.
And Jessup said Strand for late models.
Yep, Justice for Strand for late models. Mods is an interesting one
Oh,
because there's a lot of drivers in mods, depending on if they commit to it, that they could really be up there on the points.
Yeah.
But here's my opinion, though. I'm gonna make a bold prediction here, but I'm gonna say Mike Stearns is gonna make a run for it this year in the mods. And the reason why is because Huron is back. They're not running mods full time with that stuff, but with him having Aberdeen on Fridays and then having the ability to maybe now venture wherever he wants on Saturdays, because he used to run Miller Saturdays that get
Mhm.
5 to 6 mods somewhere in there, so he never get full points for a show down there. Um, so we'll see. But I think Stearns might make a run for the mods.
well, that's a
And
lot.
then
40. What's the max points they get for a win?
Max for a win in the Basota days now, is it oh gosh, with the new point system, I guess I'm not even sure anymore.
I don't even know what kind of points this system
You
is.
could get a
I'd have
lot
to go
of
back to the rule book to find out again because I know they get right, you get heat points again, show points, and then feature points. And I know it used to be 57 for a max, but I don't know if that's the same if that's the case anymore, if that's not the case anymore. So I have to go back and look.
Do you think
Um
do you think Jody Belfi is due for a national championship? He's quietly been in like the top 3 or 4 the last couple of years.
if he can get hot, I think in the middle of the summer, yes.
Yeah, because he's always
So
fast out of the gate, but yeah, it kind of goes through a lull midsummer.
yep. I could definitely see Eichens if he runs a lot of shows be up there too. The thing with Dawn though, with his stuff is that Dawn gets pretty hot towards the end of the year, usually. Like usually the big shows he's pretty good at. Um, and then in the middle of the summer, depending on, or even in the middle of the beginning of the spring, when tracks are still pretty soft, Dawn usually might make a lap and pull in, right, just to save equipment stuff. So
Hmm.
that might hurt him a little bit with the national points. But okay, late models. I am making a really bold prediction on this, but I think it's going to be a battle between TPO and Chad Becker. That's my bold prediction.
wow. So are you saying TPO's picking up the mantle for Don Shaw to continue on the battles?
Oh, maybe.
Because the interesting thing is, well, Chad has 3 nights that he can run pretty consistently within his backyard. TPO kind of has to travel a bit. Friday, I
Okay.
mean, it's pretty. You can choose between Fergus or Grand Forks. Saturday is probably gonna be Devil's Lake, or wherever. Maybe racing a challenge series. Maybe he goes down to Ogilvy like he's done the last several years, and then Watertown on Sunday most likely. But yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
because
be interesting.
he did Ogilvy regularly last year, so I would say he'll probably be maybe back down there
You're
again this
right.
year
I
too.
forgot he did that.
Mm-hmm. Because it was him, Moss, and Zempel that were going for the championship last year in the late models at Ogilvy.
Heck, I would love to see a 3-way battle between Strand, Becker, and Peterson.
Oh, 100% agree with you. And then let's throw in the mix of however many shows and how many wins, Full Show can get because he got really hot at the end of last year. Um, you also have to factor in drivers that if they run a lot in Wisconsin, a lot of Minnesota shows, let's just say, Pat Dorr obviously is one of the dark horses that could always be really up there in points if he gets, if he's hot and if he runs Minnesota on given weekends.
Hmm.
So here's the problem with Wisconsin drivers and the battle that they're going to face. They've got a lot of good competition that they have to fight over a very small sandbox.
Yep.
So
Yep.
just in the Duluth Superior range, you got Daryl, you got Pat, you got John. There's three that any given night should win, and then you got all the young. You got where is it? Burdick and Peterlin and Provenzino and Massengale. So
Yep.
now you're
Vessel.
putting 7 drivers just off the top of the head, and I'm sure I'm missing some people that are really obvious, which my bad, but
Yeah. Udaslavik is probably going to be one
yeah.
that's up there too.
So now
Yeah.
8 guys.
Yeah. And it's like that over there, regularly, Jessup, right, too. And it kind of sometimes up over there, maybe more than even, over here from the North Dakota range. A lot of times on that one too, it might even be because some of those tracks, are fast tracks as well. So if the track is pretty tacked up, it's going to be based on kind of probably where you start at, right? Whoever starts in front of who when it comes to
Hmm.
there, to where you even go to like Grand Forks, and if it's tacked up, it's the same way. But also, a lot of times you get into lap traffic really quick in Grand Forks because it's such a small bull ring, and that starts dicing people up a little bit. But and late model car counts across the board have been up. So, which is good. I mean, I'm really excited to see late model car counts up. And with that being said, that's a good thing because then it's going to be full point shows, no matter where, like the North Dakota drivers go compared to anybody else. Because you look at it from last year at some of the North Dakota shows, and I mean, right, the Shield Memorial had 50 some late models.
Yeah, that
The
was insane.
Some of regular nights over at River Cities had 30 some plus late models. So yeah, Aberdeen is regular about 24 to 27, it seems like on most nights. So yeah, so there's a lot of late models to go around in the South Dakota, North Dakota area into Minnesota, and then you get into Wisconsin, and it's just a pool of the who's who of late model racing.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the season unfolds, and it all kicks off this weekend. Hopefully, with a couple races taking place across the Wissota ranks, and we'll see how things unfold for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, Mason, you have fun at Ogilvy tomorrow,
Thank you.
Bring
or
clubs.
since we'll probably get this out there too. Um, have fun, enjoy yourself, get lots of pictures of cars in the pits so we know who's who.
Yes,
That's the biggest thing.
I plan to get there plenty early to get shots of the cars, especially before they get all dirty and banged up. Which, speaking of, any latest and greatest paint schemes
Oh
before we
yes, we
close
got
out
to
the
do paint
show?
schemes. Yes. We're gonna pick one each and just keep going around.
Three laps. 3 laps around with everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
So Mason, you start the 3 laps.
Okay, I am going to start off with. I'm actually going to do it Ode to Becca here because I'm going to go with Eric Riley's Street Stock because it's very bright and it stands out. Like he
It's
went with
pretty.
white and gray and purple last year and added a flare of orange to it, which is really going to stand out on the track. He might be an Ogilvy to start this weekend. We'll see. And I like that the Gordon car kind of has a similar paint scheme on it too.
I 100% agree. They did a good job on that 24 to try to get it to be not as retro as what it currently looks like, to get it more to match the 51. And who knows, they might rewrap that before they get to the racetrack too.
That is a good point. I always see some of the drivers and their kids. They have like these like Power Wheel cars, and they always seem to have like the wraps similar to their actual car. And so you never know what it might look like once it gets to the track. John, you have one. I think Jessup's still looking for his first one.
I got
Oh, Jessup, you're still looking for one, or do you got one?
one. I'll go with
Go ahead.
Harry Vincent's throwback scheme.
Perfect. I got that one
Yes.
queued up. It is very, very sharp.
Yep, it is. Looks good.
think it was from 2006 is what I saw.
Yep.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yep. He'll definitely be an Ogilvy tomorrow, knowing him. Go ahead, John.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a throwback scheme here too because he released his and it was actually in the car show down in Aberdeen. I like Kent Arment's throwback scheme
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
to
yes.
back to the 90s with the flair of the current as well. So
Oh,
I really like the way those turned out.
I should have saved the picture of both of them combined, but that's okay. I can share them both here. So this is a shot of his mod,
I like that.
Yep.
and then his late model.
Yep. And they're throwbacks to when he ran, when he ran the white mod back in the late or mid 90s, I should say. And then he obviously put the little flare in there with the blue that he's been running for years now, on both the late model and the mod. So I like that throwback. That throwback's really nice.
Those are some really nice paint schemes. I'm gonna go with Taylor Wilms. This one, it's a very simple scheme, but I like the simplicity of it, and that it has like the bright yellow. It's gonna look really good on the track under the lights. So that one's a cool one that I liked.
Oh, I just forgot the one. Oh, now I remember. I'll go with another throwback. Uh, Brandon Kopp. Like that thing
Ooh,
looks
It's a
like
good one too.
a throwback. Throw way, way, way back throw.
Way back
Way,
throw.
way, way back throw.
Yeah, that's a wave
Wait, wait, wait,
throwback.
wait, wait. I
That's a
like.
good one though. I mean, I like the way that turned out too. That turned out really nice.
That's another guy that could be a kind of a dark horse for national points because I just noticed that he's got a Thunder Bay sponsor. He went up there quite a
Yep.
bit last year.
Well, yeah, I think he'll be up there probably regularly again this year too when they race and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So yeah.
I'm hoping
My next
to.
one. Oh, go ahead, Mason.
I was gonna say I'm hoping to get him on my Wednesday night live interviews. I
Hmm.
hear he was gonna be this week's guest, but he was gearing up for test and tune, so didn't
Oh,
want to disrupt him.
makes sense. Mason, I'm gonna go if you want to share the screen too. I'm gonna go with Don Ishins with this mod. It's a little
Perfect.
bit of a different change from previous years. Kind of like what Mason said with Eric Riley's. I like how Dawn's is going to stand out on the track with the fluorescent orange on the bottom. But what I really like about the scheme is that the blue is textured. There is different waves of blue across that car, and that is really, really nice. Plus, it's not overly busy. So,
Yep. I mean, we joke about it all the time on how we have the schemes that have 80 million different colors on them, and you can't make out the sponsors half the time.
sponsors or the number. That's the biggest thing. That's one thing I've noticed like over the years with me announcing, at several tracks, right? And being at several tracks is that a lot of times you want to make sure you see the number just from, being a track worker. That's super important, more than I've ever really realized because you can't really read the number. A lot of times you don't really know who it is, especially if they change paint schemes.
So I'm going to break kind of our rules on that because I really like this car out west.
Look at Mason breaking the rules.
And
I mean,
John,
there's a lot of
give him
stuff going on, but it's really, really cool and psychedelic.
should I give him the caution? Breaking the rules.
I mean, he
No.
was he was he was
Technically, you
going
know what?
he was talking out of both sides of his mouth, but I mean,
Technically, he could get this one if he's
uh,
breaking rules.
But yeah, this is Kyle Anton out of it's I can't remember exactly where he's from in the western Minnesota area, but it's got a lot of ice cream and desserts and sweets on his car. A lot of colors, but it looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Jessup. I know you're disappointed.
With that, I'm going to balance everything out. Mason, I'm going to need you to pull up Caden Blazer's car.
Jeez. Oh
oh,
gosh.
good Lord.
Now he said he's gonna wrap it tomorrow morning on Saturday. So is
It's
this
done. It is done. Don't touch it. Don't even sticker it. Don't think about it. This thing is mint, folks. Boom. I'm
I
even
mean, the number, you'll be able to see the number.
giving him some leeway with the fancy 43 purple.
Good grief.
No? I'm not a fan of this?
No comments.
Okay, well
Mason
then
is just
we'll
not
go
feeling
with
it.
can we do David not David can we do the Simpson modified?
Oh, yes.
Not yet. We have.
Modified?
I don't have a picture, but I can
Can't
show you
tell.
the reel.
I can't remember, but I thought we had a picture.
No, I just shared the post, but
It was in your folder, Mason.
it was?
I thought you put it in your folder.
No. No, no, no,
Huh?
no.
Am I wrong on this?
No, no, it wasn't in his folder. He just had the reel that he posted to our group chat.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
That thing is pretty.
It is.
Really pretty.
Year 15. Nice. And he's got, okay, he does have both a Midwest mod and a modified.
Yep.
He'll be fun to
There's
watch
a Midwest one
again.
right there. Mm-hmm.
He will be.
And what is your last one, John?
I really like
Roadhog photo.
the Roadhog photo. Yes, Jessup, that was definitely a Jessup approved scheme. If I saw one. So no, I'm gonna go back to the modified ranks, Mason. And I like Nate Heinrich's scheme for
Oh,
this year because that's different from what he's had the last couple of years. So he came back with white, right? White and blue. Then he went more back to maybe more his traditional colors of kind of the black and last year I think it was a little bit I think he had some yellow on it a little bit last year too. But I like the maroon in this year. The maroon kind of looks really nice with the black.
I agree. And I think that almost looks like a different chassis.
That might be a brand new car. But yeah, but I like Nate's car this year. I think it looks really, really sharp.
Yeah, he was last year. I thought he was going to get up into the top 5 in national points, but he just didn't seem to figure out the car as quick as I thought he would.
Well, he got hot there a little bit, right? In the beginning of the season, then kind of towards the end of the year he just kind of fizzled out. He wasn't really super competitive. I mean, he was still competitive, but he wasn't winning races back to back to back
Right.
and challenging for wins.
So there we go. That's our latest and greatest paint schemes. And of course, this is going to be a big weekend where a lot of more schemes are going to be revealed at Test and Tunes, a couple more car shows taking place. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up the episode? I assume this coming Friday in Mandan, y'all will be taking in your first race of the season in this region.
Likely, yes.
Excellent.
imagine.
Allegedly. Yes. You never know. Another individual from across the state might be joining you that Friday. We'll see.
Shane?
Well, with that, that'll do it for episode 3 of season 5 for the Track Packers podcast. As always, be sure to like, share, and comment and let us know what you want us to talk about, or if you want us to interview you, reach out to us via Messenger. Thank you to our sponsors, The Real Deal with one Brody Carlsrud, Isaac Hot Sauce Sondrol, and Dean Agerbron with Paul Bunyan Mini Storage. Again, racing season just around the corner. We hope to see you all very soon out there packing the track.